Yo dudes, what is up? So, I'm back and I've decided to do this, decided to try and do this thing where I do a anime weekly review type thing where I pretty much just cut down what I think of the anime that I'm watching this season. I kind of want to do this every week and for pretty much every season that I decide to watch anime in because I think it might be really interesting. It's a weekly video that I can do, hopefully, because I want to put clips or, that type of thing in. So that might take a little bit. But I think it's going to be pretty exciting. And it's probably going to be spoiler-esque, so I'm going to be talking about the episodes, how I feel about them, if it's got me interested, if it's got me waiting for the next episode, am I anticipating, or, that type of thing. So I'm going to treat this as if I'm just going to do, like, a quick little thing from me talking to another person. I'm just being a normal dude here. I'm not being some high-level anime critic like, oh, this anime sucks because of terrible animation, or this story is terrible, blah, blah, blah. I'm just gonna be like, did I enjoy this week? Was it pretty good? Am I excited for the next one? So, yeah. I went into a lot of these anime blind this season, so I don't know. It was just something that I did. One of my friends said something about some anime in Discord, so I was like, sure, I'm gonna watch that. And then I saw something on Twitter about some anime. I was like, yeah, I'll watch those as well. So, what I picked up so far for this season in week 1 are SSS.Gridman, Sword Art Online Alicization. And yes, I actually do like Sword Art. It's not too bad. It's actually pretty good. Just, I really enjoy it. The Bunny Girl Senpai one. And I'll put the names and stuff on the screen somewhere because I can't remember a lot of their names, like their actual names. Irozuku Sekai knows something about color. Ashita Kara? I don't know. I'm sorry. I butchered that pretty badly. Zombieland Saga. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. And Goblin Slayer. I'm pretty sure that's all of it. Now keep in mind, all these I went in blind, so this is just my general opinion without knowing much about them, except for Seiyo Alicization. Oh, and also, I may or may not drop some of these anime along the way because of either A, how much time I have compared to how much I really want to watch it, or B, I'm not too interested in it. So, yeah. So, let's get right into it. And we're going to start off with SSS.Gridman. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, but Gridman, the start of it was pretty interesting. I liked the way that they portrayed the two characters at the start, the girl and the guy, how they chatted to each other, like the little jump cuts to portray that maybe there was a little bit of transition in time, and it was just the girl was just kind of getting really annoyed with him, and it's kind of like a really good dynamic between the two main characters. They kind of just jump straight into the fight. I was like, what the heck's happening here? But I kind of enjoyed it. But the whole, that whole part of the story, the first part, wasn't really the part that got me interested. The part that got me interested was girl is waifu material. So, the part that got me interested was after he had this huge mecha battle. The next day, everything went back to normal, because the day before he was fighting some huge kaiju, a huge monster with his mecha, and then the next day everything was back to normal. The school was completely fine, everything seemed fine, no one was hurt, no one was on fire, and it seems like everyone forgot what happened. So that's got me interested in the next episode. Okay, so the next one I'm going to talk about is Reincarnated as a Slime, that one. So this starts off with just a normal dude. He's going about his day, 30-something years old, 37 years old, if I remember correctly. He's living a pretty good life, but he's single, and, he doesn't really care, he's fine. But then he dies, and he gets turned into a slime, and he's apparently super OP. I'm just like, okay, what is happening here? And I kind of enjoyed it because the main character was just like, I'm a slime? Cool. What's okay. And what ends up happening is that he can't see because he's a slime, and he doesn't particularly know he's a slime yet. He just assumes he is. And eventually he meets up with another character that lets him see. And he's like, oh man, I'm a slime. But he's pretty nonchalant about it, to be completely honest. And something interesting about it would be, World seems like it's aware of isekai people. You know? Like, they call them otherworlders, right? And the world they're in just seems super aware about this whole thing about bringing people in, and the way they do this is by using magic as if it's a game, right? They bring in you, a character. Like, imagine Fire Emblem. I know you guys probably don't know what that is. So just imagine a game. You open it up, and they say, you're the hero, you're blah, blah, blah. And what it's actually doing is bringing you into the game so that you can control the character and do whatever it is you have to do as the hero to follow the story as a destiny. And I really liked how self-aware this anime was, to be completely honest. However, I don't recommend watching the outro because I'm pretty sure it has really big spoilers. So, if you guys want to hear those spoilers, I'm going to talk about it right now, just really quick. Apparently, he can turn into a human. I mean, sure, whatever. He's an OP slime. I'm interested. I can't wait for the next episode. Goblin Slayer. Pacha! Anyways. Goblin Slayer was insane, bro. I went into that blind. I came into that. And let's just say. As soon as the show started, it was like, I'm gonna be an adventure. I was like, okay, it's gonna be one of these anime. A few minutes later, oh, we're gonna go kill some goblins. It's gonna be fine. The lady turns around, like with an "Are you serious?" face, and then a few minutes later after that, like these people, these adventurers were rookies with no missions under their belts, right? And then they're like, who needs to prepare? They're just a couple of goblins. They go in, like, with all these red flags. They go in. The priest girl, the main character, is like, hey, did we bring any potions, guys? And like, no, it's just a couple of goblins. And then she can only use her healing magic 3 times. I'm like, okay. So, is this kind of just some huge joke? Or what's happening here? A few minutes after that, boom. They get separated. They get absolutely destroyed as a party. 2 of them get killed. I can't. That's that's censored. That other part that happened. For those of you who know Goblin Slayer, who've read the light novel and manga, I haven't read it. I just went in blind. I saw the anime, the first episode. I was like, what is happening here? But damn, what the heck did I just watch? It was such a like, wow. Okay. Anyways, so the Goblin Slayer comes in. That scene was epic, right? He comes in like, and then he just seems to be some super veteran in fighting goblins. He just used his own skill, like all of the experience he's had. He even threw a dagger just into the dark and knew where he was. Like, what? So I am very excited for this show. I'm very excited to see this. Like, to me, it seems like some harsh reality of adventuring. Because if those low people are the people that accept the quest, and apparently it's common, I'm guessing it's because the high tier people, they don't want to go down to that level and kill goblins for like maybe some trash amount of money. And since this guy, the Goblin Slayer, seems to be like super experienced, he's probably the only one who does it, right? And like, I'm just super, super excited for the rest of this show. I don't know if you guys are, but I am. Next one. Zombieland Saga. I picked this up because one of the people I follow was like, I'm going to pick this up. So I was like, okay. I watched it. Expectation subversion is what I got to say for the first part. I did not see that coming. Because I thought it was just going to be like, oh, zombies came. But the main character, the protagonist, turns into a zombie, so okay. Probably one of the anime I'm gonna drop, although it seems kind of interesting, because I'm not really into that, like, into that type of anime, to be completely honest, where it's kind of moe-ish. I don't know how to describe it. And then I don't know. I'm just not too interested in it. Although I will watch maybe an episode or 2 more to see how far I like it. But it's not really my type of thing. Okay. Next one. So, Bunny Girl this was an anime. So, it was an interesting premise. The first bit of the show was like the guy seemingly has amnesia, but as you go along the show, the girl that's gonna be the other main character of the story, I'm pretty sure, apparently is just slowly disappearing from existence, and it just seems like a very, very interesting premise, because by the end of the episode, you realize that the space in between the text for when he's reading his diary, like, blah, 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 I met this bunny girl at the library May 6th, because he wrote stuff down to remind himself, the name is gone, as if she doesn't exist anymore. And I'm just like, dude, that's insane. Another thing I liked about it is how aware the main character seems to be. Honestly. And the adolescence syndrome, that was a great way to put all the different things that anime characters go through when they're in their adolescence. Swapping bodies, reading minds. Like, it's such a perfect term. But I am very, very interested, and I can't wait to see more of it. Next one. So, the Magic Girl Colors in the World one, I forgot the name. I'll get better at this. Honestly, it was really, really interesting. I've said that for every single one. So at the start, she just seems like some kind of loner girl. She can't see color. It's like in Your Lie in April, where what's-his-face can't hear the music anymore. And she gets sent back in time by her grandma. Back to 2018. I don't know how far away this is in the future, because I don't remember seeing a blah, 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 this date is blah, blah, blah. But it seems like super far in the future. Anyway, she gets sent back. She doesn't know how to open windows. She doesn't know what Band-Aids are. And apparently time magic is irreversible. And I'm like, so is she stuck there? What's happening here? Like, and then all of a sudden she can start seeing color because of this guy's drawing. I'm like, okay. There's just a lot of questions that I really want answered in that show. What is she going to do there? How is she going to fit in? What is she doing? How is she going to get back? Because apparently the grandma who sent her there was like, you should meet my old self. She's not even at home, bro. So, like, the family takes her in anyway, because apparently she has a letter from the grandma saying, hey, give this to my family when you get there. But she's not even home. So I can't wait for the next episode. And honestly, it seems like it's going to be a fun ride so far, just from the first episode. But, yeah. So now for my big finale. It's sale time! Okay, sale. The first episode was 40 minutes. I loved it. Although I was kind of confused why the first 20 so minutes were inside of the new dive system, the soul diving thingamajiggo. I liked the animation, like, and the art that they used. They changed it into the ordinal scale style. It was really, really, really nice compared to their old stuff, so I liked it. And then I liked how it got straight into the action. Well, not straight into the action, but the first episode, I already knew Kirito was going to go into some sort of paralysis. I read it somewhere, someone told me, I forgot. So I was like, when are they going to do this? They do it pretty much in the first episode. So I'm excited, because they already set up a storyline in the first half of the episode, and now since he's going to the Soul place for the Dive VR, they're already going straight into it. So I can't wait. I really cannot wait for the next episode. I would have binge-watched Sword Art Online, but knowing all the places that I go, I can't stay away from the Sword Art Online spoilers. I stayed away from The Last of Us spoilers for 5 years, but that's because I wasn't really on the internet back then, like, as much. So, And it wasn't really talked about as much. Like, I would go on, like, nowadays I'd totally get spoiled for sale because of Reddit anime, Twitch, all that kind of thing. So, yeah. So that's about it. That is about it for this video. This is just review thing. Hopefully it's short. Hopefully it's, I don't know. Hopefully you enjoyed it for whichever part you got to or whichever part you watched. If you're here, that's pretty awesome because you're at the end. And if you want to like chat about it in Discord or something, I think I'll set up some sort of like Discord seasonal thingamajiggo. In the Discord, I already have seasonal anime, and then I'll put all the different titles underneath, which would be pretty cool. And then, yeah, I'm gonna peace out, guys. So hopefully you guys have fun, enjoy, and be kind to everyone else, yo. So I'm gonna peace out. Bye, guys.